Let's talk more do. Uh, Back again on the topic of discipline. For what reason you might ask, we've already talked about it last time. Yes, we have, but I've got more. And truth is, let's start first with the week recap, right? Let's do the week recap and see what happened this week. What was able to get done and what wasn't, and how to do better next time, I guess. Uh, Overall, the week wasn't bad. I went to work. I made some money this week, so that's good. We have money left aside. One of the greatest things that happened this week is one of the people I was working with, actually the team manager, knew about a website where I can find job proposition that were geared toward my specific domain with a better search engine than the one I was going on to find my actual other offers so far. One thing I fucked up and I have to catch, I have to fix. Is It's been about 2 weeks since she's been, a week, maybe two, since she's been waiting for, since somebody has been waiting for me to send them my curriculum and my letter of motivation, right? And despite despite knowing that I've been putting off, every time I get back home, I keep in mind that I have to do it and send it before doing anything else. But I end up doing something else, a side of what I'm supposed to be doing. So now I have to write it. I had to write the curriculum. I had to write the letter of motivation, send it to her, and on top of that, I have to write an excuse or somehow an apology to that person, which could have all been avoided. Which could all have been, all of which could have been avoided had I just done it when I was supposed to get it done. Anything else from the weekend, from the week? Always the bad things. Let's start with the bad things. Seems like I'm way more. It's way easier for me to get those out. Didn't follow through with the training program I had for myself. One thing that's good is I have now a clear view on how to manage my training. Starting from the next week or this week we are about to enter. And overall, I guess I am somehow happy of how it transpired. Well, we're talking about the negative part, right? So I haven't done what I was supposed to send. I haven't done the training this week. I put on even more weight. Believe me or not, we back in the 100 kilos range. Yep, we are back to 100 kilo, 101 to be fair. The only difference is this time I feel really good about how I move. But it also started like that. I was still feeling good. I could still move. Felt a little bloated. Felt a little nauseous when I was eating. But nothing I couldn't go past. And so it's the same feeling again. I had times during the week where I bought food. I ordered food that was delivered to me, which is something bad we gotta stop. We trying to stop, but guess we failed again, huh? Or just gotta get back on the horse. So yeah, that's one other thing, and yeah, I fell through keeping my word on the food side. Well, I didn't really give my word in the first place, but it was a decision I made for myself that I gotta keep. Well, it was a thought that I gave. Well, it was a thought I put together to know that that's one of the way I can get out of the situation I'm in right now. Now, one of the things we have to really get on is the fact that I say let's talk more do, and the talk is good because if we're just figuring out what's supposed to get done, how we supposed to get it done, and how fast we're supposed to get it done. But it's no use if after we have the talk, right? And we've both decided this has to be done. If nothing gets done about it, then there's no point. We are not moving. And right now we have to have a sense of urgency, because we are in a situation that's not advantageous to us, right? And we have to get out of this situation as early as possible before it gets sour. It turns really bad. And so far, I mean, we have put in some of the action, but I will consider this and say what we want about me, self-flagellation, self-harm, or being too strict on myself. I don't care. I feel as though what I've done so far, it's not even the minimum, right? Because the minimum will yield some results. The results I've been seeing so far are not good, and there's a time to those results and to the fruition of those said results, right? And so we can't wait for for people other than us to be ready for us. We gotta get ourselves ready and our shit together now. In saying that, this is why I think I've really messed up, because the person that I was supposed to send the curriculum and the letter of motivation to, I have to really pick myself up by the straps and apologize and send the documents, hoping and believing that the time frame, the window of time that I'm supposed to send those in, I haven't fucked it up. I have to make sure that I send those in, give her my apologies, and make sure and hope, really, really hope and pray that I haven't fucked up the window of action, I guess. You get what I mean? The short time in which we were supposed to do it. If I had kept on with it, it would have been bad. I have very little social energy to direct to my projects when I'm working a lot. Good things that happened this week. Do you think I'm feeling extremely good? I can move. I got some news on the project I'm working on. The job search is moving. I got some new leads. That's good. Alongside the job search, I'm kind of thinking about new projects as well. This is moving on. I'm putting on more video. I have 2 videos in the last week, the introduction and the first episodes, and this is about to be the second one. I guess the third if you count in the introduction. But all in all, I'm pretty grateful. I'm pretty happy about what's going on this week in terms of positive. I've been able to figure out how to, how I cross the bridge and the gap that I've allowed between me and my competitors, the people that were my age, and that was the generation in which I came up into, the people that were the one who were with me in those endeavors of my life that I thought were, that I made sure to have become part of me, kinda. I don't know if it makes sense. Like, for example, my passion, Taekwondo. I've been left behind by a lot of people. Some of my guys are still training. They're still in the best shape. Well, not necessarily the best shape, but shape that's good enough that they can still compete and do all those things. And I've become out of shape. Let's just face it, right? 101 kilos is way too much. I'm more like 188, 190 centimeters, like 6'2", 6'2 and a half. In terms of height, so that's about 222 pounds, something like that. 220 pounds, 222 pounds. So yeah, I have to take care of that and make sure what has to be fixed gets fixed, right? I have to make sure that happens. So back again on this same theme, discipline. What does it mean? It means sacrificing. That's the new meaning I found to it. Sacrificing. Sometimes you want to do some things you feel more comfortable doing. You don't do them. You do the things you don't want to do, so that you get to do the things you enjoy doing. That's just life. Sometimes that's just how it goes. I have to find a way to sacrifice some things to get some other things. I think I can be honest with myself and say that right now, one of the most important things in my life is finding a stable situation, a semblance of security in and a semblance of income stream, right? And then on the side of that, I know I have plenty of time. I know myself. I know I've been in the system before that I've clearly brought out results, right? That show that if I stay in that system and I commit myself to doing what I'm supposed to do, I can get the results, right? That's where my confidence comes from. It has been done before, and even if I hadn't done it before, if I've seen that somebody has done it before, that's more than enough. And if I want to do it really, and I can somehow figure out mentally a way to get there, I will get it done. Okay, I'm a human being. Everybody else is a human being. I don't believe there's such a thing as something that's impossible. I don't believe there's such a thing as not being able to reproduce what somebody else has done or make something entirely that nobody else has done before. But it takes work, it takes time, it takes practice. And to be fair, we're not that late. I'm 24, about to turn 25 in August. We're not that late, but we are late, right? Gotta catch up. Gotta catch up to all the motherfuckers in the same class, same age category as me. Because I'm taking time off, and while I'm taking time off, motherfuckers are working. So this week is simple. Put your head down, do the easy things. When I say easy things, make sure you clearly define what is an easy step to make the hard things you need to do to get to the better place you want to get to. That's what I'm talking about. That's one actionable thing, right? Make sure you get the easy things that need to be done, the little things, little details, right? On which you, every time you flinch or you trip and you end up falling later before realizing, you end up falling before you realize, you end up falling short of your goals before you realize, because you have not paid enough attention to the little things. The little rock on the side of the road made you fall, but you thought, why should I pay attention to the little rock? The big rock is in front of me. Well, if you don't see the little rock, you're gonna trip on the little rock and smash your head on the bigger rock. So we want to make attention to slalom through those. That's one thing. Another thing is, man, you really gotta get your head in the game, bro. You are not in the game right now. You're not even on the starting line, and you lazy. And I know I'm lazy. I fucking know I'm lazy. Just push the trigger buttons. Push the trigger points. Just do it. Just fucking go ahead and push the triggers. Because nobody's gonna do it for me. I got some friends I'm talking about projects with, right? Plans for the future. They won't do it for me. They're doing what they gotta do for themselves. And by the time things happen and it's gonna be time to make a move and get on with it and all that, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough, right? We definitely don't want that situation to happen. So we gotta make sure things get done properly, right? So now is the time to plan. Now is the time to put a plan into motion. And I'm grateful too, because weirdly enough, it seems life and God and nature have made things in such a way that this is a stage of learning, right? And I'm gonna learn. I feel like I've died once, right? As an athlete, I've died once. And so I know what it is like at the end of your career to die. But I died without really dying because I still have potential. I'm still young. I can still learn. And to be fair, before I even became an athlete, I wasn't an athlete. I was the nerd. The nerdy kid, always in his book, always, playing with his friend, doing anime science and all this bullshit. Running, too fucking agitated. He wasn't chill, like running around everywhere, breaking bones and all this bullshit. I wasn't quite child. But I also knew how to make myself be liked by other people. Kind of a people pleaser at some time, but I learned to be social. I was a nerd, but not your usual type of nerd, more of not the socially awkward nerd. Even though sometimes I had my socially awkward moments where I would just speak my mind without even filtering, and the situation would become awkward because the other person confided in me in some sense, and situations where I shouldn't have spoken, I've spoken out of my mouth. But I think overall, I still got what it was needed. I got the delusion of a nerd. I got the mind of the player. I also have self-awareness, so I know where I stand, how I stand in accordance to how things have to be done. But if I don't get started now, if I don't put the work in now, we are not getting there. Fuck all you think. You are not getting there if you don't start right now, right? We've realized lately that I've realized, let's fuck the we. This video is for me. It's not even for anybody else. If somebody's watching, good. If nobody's watching, fucking amazing. Like, I just want this for me to you, for me and to me, right? Listen, as time goes and as you're going through things, you are still able to figure out what's a new way of making yourself or optimizing yourself, right? This and this, this and this body and this mind, we are figuring out new ways to optimize. The only thing is we are not putting them into practice, and that's my only problem. So this week, I think the main goal is to put things into practice, right? Get the processes going, right? Get them started, and if you get them started, don't let them stop until they stop themselves, right? Drive till the point of failure. After failure, then we know if you have enough time to invest into it, we can go one more time. If you don't have enough time, we know it's time to pivot, right? And go into another direction. But we are not letting go. Our goal is to make sure we create something stable enough where the parents don't have to, think it like worry anymore about me. They don't have to worry about me. I mean, financially right now, I'm making sure they don't have to worry about me. It's been like 4 or 5 years since they've had to pay anything for me, except for the last 2-3 months before, no, 2 months, about 2 months. But they saved me money during this year when I was at an all-time low. Compared to that, I'm nowhere close to where I want to be, but I'm way better than I was before. But trust me, we can get back there any point in time. If you keep on acting like this won't do. So the things I've figured out, all along, I have to start implementing those. We are fucking up right now in terms of that, because I've had some nights where I knew buying that shit and eating won't make me feel good, and I actually bought it. And while I was eating, I didn't feel good. Not in the sense that I morally felt wrong, though it was morally wrong. I didn't feel wrong about it. It's food, bro. Come on. I love food. But as I was eating the thing, my body sent me a signal. I felt nauseous. And it is something that I love to eat. To feel nauseous while you're eating something you love to eat means to tell you that your stomach's capacity has come to full. So we have to have the maturity in the willpower necessary to say stop. And I know we can, because we could foresee that happening, but we still went through it. So I guess what I have to do now is figure out what it is that's making me go through it, and why is it that my willpower, right, my mental power is so weak, and how I'm gonna get it up, right? No Diddy. How I'm gonna get it back up to where it was, where I have such a strong mental ability that I can deprive myself from things for so long, right, and wait for so long for results, while piling on the skills, right? The experience of practicing the skills and everything that's needed to get to that level, right? We have to figure a way out, some way, somehow, to make sure we get there, and that's necessary. We have to. I don't know how necessary, but we do have to. We absolutely have to. So, yeah, that's one thing. Other than that, actionable for the week: practice. Practice, just practice. Practice makes perfect. And when you don't feel like doing it, get started, right? This discipline thing is a matter of consistency. It's only a matter of consistently practicing what you need to do to get to the level you need to get to. And I'm thankful right now that this is an era where a lot is being shared on social media, and I'm able to dig into the minds of some of the greatest, right? I'll give you an example real quick. Mind the Game. I've been following the podcast since for the last 3 episodes, right? He's doing fucking amazing. And I've been learning and picking some things. JJ Reddick, for example, he talked about how Steve Nash, after becoming 30-year-olds in the league, became even better. He became better. How did he do it? Coming back from such a barrier that's age, right? He still was able to become better after 30. Because most guys, after they hit 30 is the peak, they just think there. After that, it's just a slow decline into oblivion. He became even better, and you get to see those kind of people, those kind of things happen. People like LeBron James and all those guys. And I recently had a kind of I was able to see into how the Lakers, for example, practice. And this is basketball. It's outside of my field. It's a sport I love, right? But it's not my main thing. My main thing is martial art. It's fighting and beating the people the fuck up. It's not basketball, right? So that's where I think the two words are giving to each other, right? And I'm learning now. When you can't go as hard as you used to anymore, now you need to go shorter and harder. No diddy. But shorter and harder in terms of shorter form of exercises, right? But harder, right? More precision asked. Now, if I can do those before I even get to the point where I've hit my prime and now it's time to decline, you think by the time I get there, I'll have a decline. I don't have a decline because I've been doing what's need to be done. After you run all the fumes off of your body, right? You run all the natural ability out of your body. You thrive off of that. After I'm done and the natural ability has gone, you think I will still not be able to perform? I'll still be able to. I'll be there for long. And that's what we want to. That's what they call greatness. And if you want to be one of the greats, the great among the greatest, a man amongst men, this is where you have to start. So first and foremost, keep your word to yourself. Get to practice. Get started. The worst thing I have right now, the worst thing my biggest problem is getting started, right? And I have full confidence in my ability to going through it. Once I've gotten started, but I seem to have a certain fear of getting started, and that's the problem I need to solve. Getting started. So when the moment happens, when I'm like, maybe I'm gonna do something else, I'm like, no, this is the very moment when I need to start, and I need to keep the energy on that, keep the tabs on that feeling in my body. Whenever I go, I'll do this first and then I'll do it later. No, this is the moment we start. This is now. This is here. This is the very moment I'm looking for. This is the perfect moment I'm waiting for. There will not be any other perfect moment later. This is now and ever. Right? And this goes with filming a video, right? I'm supposed to have filmed this on Friday. This is Sunday. I'll still get it out tomorrow, but you're supposed to have it done and get going, bro. Nobody's waiting. We have to hit the ground running. Right now, we're in the slump. We're in the mud. We have to get it going, bro. If we don't get some movement, we're gonna keep on sinking. Do you understand that? You have to keep moving. You have to put in the work. And I know you're tired. I know it takes a toll on you. I know you're not all mentally there anymore. You've mentally checked out of the game a moment ago. But I know you also have love for this game, right? And that's what's keeping you going on. That's what's making this life interesting again. Hold on to that. Make whatever you can make out of it. Hold on to it and do the best you can. That's all. That's what I'm asking. That's all I know we can do, as a matter of fact. So I guess that's that said, and as usual, nothing else to ask, but let's talk and more doing. Okay? See you next week. By then, hope we can see some more some more progress. See you next one. Peace.